have to see how to interface stepper motor with 8051. How to interface stepper motor. Now I hope that everyone knows that what is a stepper motor. Okay, the motor which actually moves in a step. You might have seen the motor which moves like cut ऐसा करके मतलब rotate करते हैं. Okay, so that stepper motor we are going to interface with the 8051. Okay, now how it looks and now just the working principle of it. It actually works on that change in a magnetic flux. If you remember from your 12th that EMI or electromagnetic induction वगैरह जो भी chapter था, ठीक है, interesting, very interesting chapter. So in that you might have seen if there is a current change, then there is a change in magnetic flux, and if there is a change in magnetic flux, then the motor, this particular motor will rotate. Fine. So on the same principle, this particular motor works, stepper motor. Okay. Now, as I told, before interfacing any device with the 8051, you must know how that particular device works. Okay, you must know how that particular device works. Okay, so for this stepper motor, we are having a 4-pin. Now, we will just consider it's a 4-pin stepper motor. Actually, it may be of 5 or 6 or 8, but here we will just consider this of the 4-pin. Fine, for the simplicity. Get again. So the pins will be like this one. So this is a motor actually, which actually will be rotating, and this motor will be coupled with these two windings. Either windings like it. Okay, and to this winding, this is the A winding, this one is the B winding. The names are like A dash, B, and B dash. Now these are the pins which will be available for me to connection as well. Okay, this A dash and B dash. These are the pins which will be available for me for connection with the different devices, or you may say for our case with 8051. So these are the pins which are available for me to connect with the 8051. Right now, what I want to do is that I just want to connect my 8051 with this motor so that now it will just rotate. Okay, so as this was a stepper motor or the motor, it must rotate in both the direction, clockwise as well as anti-clockwise, and by the angle or by the distance, whatever we want. Getting it? Okay, so that is what we want to see, how to interface the stepper motor with the 8051 so that it will just rotate in clockwise as well as anti-clockwise direction. Getting it? Now, how it works? Let's see the important thing, the working principle, so that by using that we can just program. Now, what it requires is that now to rotate this one, yes, we know that there should be some flux generated, and there should be a change in a flux. That is very important. There should be a change in a flux. Okay, and the flux get generated whenever there is a current flow, or there is a change in a current flow. Okay, if you remember the things. Okay, if there is a change in the current flow, then yes, the flux, the magnetic flux will get generated, and because of this particular motor will rotate. Fine. So what I want to do is that now key in this case, now these are the two coils in which I just want to flow current. Fine. Now now for this particular stepper motor, there are two ways in which we can just run this. It is called as a full step and half step. Okay, there are two ways in which we can just rotate this motor. That is called the full step. Here we will be seeing a full step, and there is also which is called the half step. Now, what is the difference if I just tell you in a short or just in a simple manner? Then, if that current is flowing in both the coils, if at a time the current is flowing in both the coils, then it is called as a full step. Fine. And if the current flowing only in a one coil at a time, then it is called as a half step. Samjho. Okay, if the current is flowing in both the coil at a time, then that is called the full step, and if the current is flowing in only one coil at a time, then that is called as a half step. Fine. Now whenever it's the full step, when full step means what, whenever the motor will rotate, means एक cut करके होगा, so that will be of 1.8 degree. Okay, because it's going to rotate, so that rotation we just measure in terms of degree. Fine. So that one rotation will be of 1.8 degree whenever it is in a full step mode. And if I just operate this particular one in half step mode, so obviously that is going to be of 0.9 degree. Getting it? Now, as I told, for this motor to rotate, there should be the change in a magnetic flux must be there. Okay, and magnetic flux will be generated because of the change in the current. Getting it? So how are we going to achieve it? Just simple. Try to understand. Now, this is the two coil in which if what I want is that at any time that both the coils should be conducting. Okay, so that current must be flowing in both the coils. Okay, and after that we have to just change the current. So means we have to change the direction of the current so that there will be change in the flux. Fine, because if the current is flowing with the same, if current is flowing continuously with the same direction, then there won't be any magnetic flux which will be generated. Fine, so we want to have the change in the current direction as well. That is also important. Fine. So how are we going to achieve this? Try to understand. Now let's suppose this A dash B dash. These are the pins which I have written over here. A dash B dash. Sorry, A dash B. This is how I have written. Okay. Keep in mind A and A dash are the pins of this particular coil, first number coil, and B and B dash are the pins of this particular coil. Okay, and I have just arranged like this one. Now these are the pins which you have to connect with our 8051. These are the pins I have to connect with the 8051. Fine. So now let's suppose I will just connect it with any of the port. So let's suppose I'm saying okay, let's suppose I'm saying like this one. I'm just connecting this particular pin A with the pin 1.0. Okay, 1.0 क्या हुआ? ठीक है, कुछ भी चलेगा, कुछ बात नहीं. Then let's suppose this is I will connect with the P1.1. This I will connect with the P1.3. This I will connect with the P1.4. Fine. So these are the pins we have to connect. Means actually we diagram just like this one. This will be my 8051. Okay. From here I will just take 4 pin of the port 1. Okay, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. Fine. And now these are the pin which I will connect with pins of the stepper motor. Okay. So this 1 and 1.3, 1.1 and 1.3. I will connect with the A and A dash, and this 2 and 4 I will connect with the B and B dash. Okay, so this is going to be your interfacing diagram. This is going to be the motor. Samjho, aram se. Okay, it's very easy. Getting it? So this is how that interfacing means. What we have to just connect two things so that they will work properly. Fine. So I'll be taking port 1. That's your choice. You can just take any port. Okay, so let's suppose here I'm taking the port number 1. Fine. So I'm just connecting P1.0 with the A, then P1.1 with the B, then P1.2 with A dash, and P1.3 with B dash. Okay, so this is what the connection is. Okay, so P1.0, 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3. So this is how I have connected. Fine. So here, if I just write, it's just like P1.0, it is going to be P1.2. Okay, B is what P1.1 and this is P1.3. This is how that connection we have made. Fine. Now once again, what we have to achieve is that there should be a change in a current and both the coils should be conducting. Then I can say that yes, this motor will rotate in a full step manner. Okay. अब वो कैसे achieve करेंगे? Try to understand. Now let's suppose if I just give like this one, 1 1 0 0. Okay. First pattern, if I just give like this one, 1 1 0 0 means on this port ka means that 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3. If I just send this particular value, okay, 1 1 0 0. Fine. What will happen? What do you think? If I just place this 1 1 0 0, what will happen? Now this what 1 will come over here. Now 1.0 is connected at A, तो मतलब 1 यहाँ पे आएगा. ठीक है? This 1.1 is connected at B, मतलब यहाँ पे 1 आएगा. समझो? ठीक है? 1.2 is connected at A dash, so here will be the 0, and 1.3 is connected at B dash, so here will be the 0. Fine. Now what will happen? Now this particular A and A dash will be having 1 1. Try to understand we conduct कब करेंगे. अच्छा, when the current will be flowing in any wire or a conductor, when the current will be flowing, when the current will flow in any conductor or a resistor or a wire, जो भी है, current का flow होता है. What is the basic idea of current to flow? There must be some potential difference. Potential. No? Yeah, very good. Okay, so if there is a potential difference, yes, obviously the current will flow. It's just like if this one is at the higher potential and this one is at the lower potential, the current will go in this direction. Okay, if it is the ulta, this one is at the higher potential, this one is the lower potential, this will go in this direction. So that what the current says. And if let's suppose both are at the same potential, so if both the ends are at same potential, then yes, let's suppose कुछ तो रेजिस्टर है and यहाँ पे भी एक कुछ तो पोटेंशियल, let's suppose H and यहाँ पे भी H है, तो how the current will flow?
No current.
Yeah, there won't be any current. Try to understand, there won't be any current. Are you getting it? Okay. So for current to flow, there should be the potential difference. That is the first thing, that for the basic thing that every engineer must know. And current will flow from higher potential to the lower potential, that everyone knows. Fine. So now if I just pass this particular pattern 1 1 0 0, what will happen? Now this is how I have connected. Now 1 means what? This is just like a, let's suppose 5 volt and this is a 0 volt, and this one is the 5 volt, this one is a 0 volt. Okay. Whenever I pass a 1 means what, we are actually passing a 5 volt. And whenever I pass a 0 means what, we are actually passing like a 0 volt. Okay. So whenever it's a 1 1 0 1, now this is what will be the condition 1 1 0. So this is going to be the condition. Now this is how it is going to scatter. Then 1 0 1 0 means what, at this particular coil A there is a potential difference. Means this one is at 1 and this one is at 0. Means there is a potential difference. ठीक है. If the potential difference is there, means what? The current will flow, and the current will flow in this downward direction. Getting it? Current will flow like this one. Fine. Now, with the current flowing this particular B coil, will be there any color current in a B coil? What do you think? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because here also it is a 1-0 means of potential difference is there. So now the current will flow like this one, higher to lower. Okay. So now because of this one, what will happen is that yes, now this motor will rotate once, मतलब एक बार rotate होगा by like 1.8 degrees से. ठीक है. उसके बाद now let's suppose if I just keep this condition for a long, then what will happen? Will this motor rotate further? मैंने ऐसे ही रखा है इसको 10 और इसको भी 10. ठीक है. एक बार रोटेट किया मतलब 1.8 डिग्री से रोटेट किया दिस पर्टिकुलर मोटर. ठीक है. एंड आफ्टर दैट इफ आई डू नॉट चेंज दिस पर्टिकुलर पोलैरिटी और इफ आई डू नॉट चेंज दिस सिग्नल्स, then what will happen? Will the motor rotate continuously?
No, sir.
No. Why? Because we want that change in a current or change in a current direction. Then only that flux will be generated. Then only it will be keep on rotating. Because if I just keep it like this one forever, then एक बार घूमेगा बस खत्म. उसके बाद वो घूमेगा नहीं. ठीक है. So we want to change it. So what can be done? Try to understand. अभी दिमाग लगा मतलब देखो कैसे idea कैसे है. ठीक है. So this is the pattern which I have sent to this one. ठीक है. Now after what I will do is that I will just do the rotate right. I will just do rotate right. याद है rotate right करके किया था दोस्तों मैंने rotate right accumulator वगैरह. Okay, I will just write this. I will just shift this pattern to the right. Now, if I just shift it to the right, what will happen? This one will come over here. This one will come over here. This zero will come over here. This zero from here will just come over. Because it's a rotate. It's not just shift. It is a rotate. मतलब ये अभी यहाँ पे आए. Is everyone getting it? क्या किया मैंने? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have just rotated the pattern. Nothing else. Now let's suppose just place this pattern again on the pin. Again on the pin. Try to understand. ठीक है. अभी 1.0 तो यहाँ पे connected. This will be the 0. Fine. B is connected with 1. मतलब ये 1 ही है. Try to understand. ठीक है. Then A dash is connected at 1. Fine. And then B dash is connected at 0 only. Fine. So now you can see now there will be the change in this particular current. Now once again both the coils will be conducting, but now there is a change in the current. ये ऐसे रहेगा but यहाँ पे change होगा. Are you getting it? Okay. Now in this coil the current will flow in ulta direction. So ultimately there is a change in the current का direction. So magnetic flux बनते जाएगा. Fine. और अगर magnetic flux बनते जाएगा तो फिर मोटर भी रोटेट होते रहेगा. Getting it? ठीक है. And it will just rotate in a full step. Why? Because both the coils are conducting. समझ में आ रहा है क्या? Getting it? Likewise, if I just keep on rotating furthermore, if I just rotate it once again, okay? If I just rotate it, then what will happen? Once again, this zero will come over here because this is what I want. There should be current flowing in both the coils, and at least एक coil में वो current का direction change होना चाहिए. Then we can just assure कि ये stepper motor continuously घूम रहा है. That is how this. That is what the working principle for this one. Okay, so both the coils must be working, must be conducting for full step, and there should be the change in at least one coil. Then I can say that this coil is continuously rotating in a full step, that is in 1.8 degree. Getting it? Okay. Now, suppose if I just rotate this pattern furthermore, so this is now the pattern which I have given. Now, if I just rotate it, so 0 will come over here, 1 will come over here, this will come over here, and now this 0 will come over here. Fine. And now, if I just check this particular condition, let's I will take another color. Fine. Now this 1.0 is having 0. अभी ये 0 ही है. ठीक है. 1.1 is having 0. 1.1 connected over here. Now this is a 0. ठीक है. 1.2 is having 1. 1.2 connected over here. तो 1 ही है. Fine. And 1.3 is connected to the 1. So the 1.3 is over here. Fine. So now you can see for the green. Now this coil will maintain the direction. This coil will maintain the direction. Okay. But here there will be the change in the current. Now once again both the coils are conducting and there is a change in the direction of the current. Means what magnetic flux will be generating continuously. Are you getting it? Okay? And this particular coil is or this particular motor is going to rotate continuously. If I just keep on shifting this particular pattern. Okay? If I shift it furthermore, then I will get like फिर से shift किया तो ये 0 आ जाएगा. I hope you are getting it. करना क्या अपने को? But this was the logic I am just explaining to you. क्या करने वाले हैं for a program so that this stepper motor will rotate continuously. Okay, so this is one last case. Now, if I for this last case, if I just consider if I rotate it furthermore, I will be getting like this one. So P 1.0 is getting 1. यहाँ पे we are getting 1. 1.1 is getting 0. 1.1 यहाँ पे we are getting a 0. This is I just indicated by the gray color. Okay, 1.2 is getting 0. 1.2 is over here. Fine, and 1.3 is getting 1. Fine. So 1 to 0 once again. Now there will be a change in the direction. Now if we just throw in this particular one. fine, and this will go in the same, मतलब ये ऐसे ही जाएगा. So once again both the coils are conducting and there is a change in this particular current direction. मतलब what, अब ये continuous घूमते जाएगा, ठीक है. Now if I just furthermore, if I just rotate it furthermore, then what will happen? If I just rotate it further, then
Same condition आएगा ना
so
first
you will be
वाला.
getting the same pattern, मतलब it will just come to this one, ठीक है. Now this is what it will be continuously rotating. अब ये continuously pattern rotate करते जाऊंगा for my on my piece. अब ये मोटर भी घूमते जाएगा continuously, ठीक है. Working समझे? Have you all understood the working?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now on basis of this one we have to just write a program. So this was the interfacing. So from 8051 you have to take a 4 piece and you have to connect with the motor, that's it, and you have to just give a supply and all, fine. So then, and if you just do the programming like this one, wherein that this particular pattern we have to load, that is a 1100, okay. This particular pattern you have to load and this is what you have to just continuously rotate, that's it, that is what you have to do, okay. If I say 1100 means ये क्या बना, this is a 6 I think, right? 110 means what? 6 now? 1100. This was a 6. Okay, so this one is a pattern, or actually you have to count from here 00 because this one is a MS, this one is a LSB. So 001 this is actually 3. समझो यहाँ पे because 1.3 मैंने मतलब यहाँ पे 1.0 यहाँ पे, ठीक है, and we just go like MSB to LSB to get that number, fine. So 001, fine. So it's a 3. If you load 66 तो भी कुछ problem नहीं है because कभी ना कभी तो 66 आएगा ही. यहाँ पे you are getting a 66. Getting it? Okay, so we have to just find out the number which you have to move it to the port A, and that is what the number we have to move continuously so that the motor will rotate continuously in this full step mode. Fine. So if I just keep on rotating like this one, rotate to the right. Okay, if I just rotate to the right, then it will move in clockwise direction. If I just rotate to the right, right मतलब ऐसे होगा. Okay, so it will just move in a clockwise direction, and if I just rotate to the left, if I just rotate like this one left, then we just rotate in anti-clockwise direction because I want to rotate this particular motor in both clockwise as well as anti-clockwise direction, and that is possible just by using this moving this pattern. Okay, if I just move this pattern to the right continuously, then it will just rotate in a clockwise direction, and if I just move this particular pattern to the left, it will just rotate in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so just like if I just do RRA, okay, the rotate right, it will just move in clockwise. Okay, and if I just do RLA, that is the rotate left, it will just move in anti-clockwise. Are you getting it? So this is how we have to just rotate the motor. Okay, now let's see the program is very easy. Nothing great in the program. Now we write the program. I hope you have understood the theme, how it is interface and how it will work. ठीक है, अभी प्रोग्राम देखो कैसे. I will just write over here only. ऐसा पार्ट में करूँगा. ठीक है, it's a continuous program only. Let's see. ठीक है, I will start from writing it. So I will just say org00 रोज का काम. ठीक है, उसके बाद now try to understand what I have to do. I have to just send this pattern continuously on the port का pin, port A का pin. But keep in mind, sorry, port 1 का pin. But keep in mind, port 1 का we have not connected all the pins. We have just connected only 4 pin. We have connected only 1.0 to 1.3 only. Try to understand. ठीक है, and this was the pattern. Either we have to move a 6 or a 3 और जो भी नंबर इसमें से जो भी नंबर बनेगा वो मुझे मूव करना है. Fine. So let's suppose I will say org00. Then I will just say move A comma. ठीक है, so I will just take that particular number into the A and then I will pass it to the port 1. Why? Because these are the rotate operations that we can just operate only on accumulator. ठीक है, what are the instruction we have seen, that is for the rotate as well as rotate with the carry and rotate right वगैरह जो भी देखा है. ठीक है, they can operate on accumulator only. Getting it? Because they are for the RLA, RRA, they are for the accumulator. Okay, so first of all, you have to load that pattern to the accumulator, and from the accumulator, you have to pass it to the port 1. That's it. That is what the simple principle which you have to use. Okay, so let's suppose in a move A, if you want, you may just write it in binary also. Let's suppose I will just write like 0011 0011. Why 0011 I'm writing? Because this is the 0011. Because if I just write this particular number, this is going to be the LSB, this is going to be the LSB. Okay, so you have to write like this. Otherwise, you can do the ulta connection also, no problem. You can connect 1.3, 1.2, 1.1, 1.0. कैसे भी. Once again, interfacing pins वगैरह कैसे करना है आपकी मर्जी. But उसके बाद वो काम करना चाहिए. That is important. That is very important. Fine. Okay. So this is how we have to connect. So I will just this is the pattern. Let's suppose I will move it in the A. Okay. So you can just load binary value also into the A. Just after that number you have to write a B. Likewise, we just write like this one. That move A comma hash 23H. Yeah, hashtag is important one. Okay, 23H, and after the we just write hexa. Means what, this is the number in hexa which we have to. Okay, if you have to specify binary, that is also possible, but at last you have to just say binary. That's it. Okay, otherwise this instruction can be written like this one, or this is a or a comment you may say. Okay, it's just like you can just say like move a comma hash. Now 0011 means what, 30 repeats. So we select. But this is what I'm writing specifically because you must notice this particular pattern. That's why I'm just writing in binary, nothing else. Okay, so first of all, I will just load that pattern into the A. Then what? Then what to do? Then what to do?
Delay.
Then we have to move it to the port A. ठीक है, so if you want now that number of clock, मतलब कितनी बार मुझे घुमाने का, मतलब 5 times 10 times ऐसा कुछ भी, ठीक है, so that particular number you have to load it in here, that particular number you have to load in as a count, ठीक है. It's just like, let's suppose if I just said to you, कि just we have to rotate this motor in 180 degree. I just want to rotate this half, मतलब ये 180 degree complete करना चाहिए, ठीक है. So this particular means how many steps do you want? I want to rotate in 180 degree. This particular motor I want to rotate in 180 degree because this may be specified in your exam. Key rotate the motor by 180 degree. So for how many times you have to just rotate this particular pattern? Because whenever I pass this particular pattern, it will just rotate by 1.8 degree. Whenever I pass the next one, it will rotate once again by the 1.8 degree. So likewise, I just want to repeat it 100 times now. Okay, I just want to repeat it 100 times. Getting it? Okay. So if you want to just rotate it for some desired pattern, means desired pattern means what? Just only half circle or a full circle or whatever the degree. Let's suppose 30 degrees, 60 degrees, jo bhi hai. So if this particular degree is given, then just you have to divide by the 1.8. You have to just get that count, and that count you have to load it in some register. Okay. If they say you have to just rotate it continuously, then there is no need of count. वो continuous घुमाते रहने. Fine. Okay. So let's suppose here we just want to rotate it by 180 degree. I just want to rotate it by the 180 degree. Okay. So I will just take one register, that is a move. Okay. Let's suppose I'm just taking R0, and here I'm just moving that 100. Now what shall I do? Shall I move 100 or iska hexa? 100 move करना है कि उसका hexa move करना है? What do you think? Do I need to convert that 100 into the hexa?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, actually we have to convert into the hexa, so that will also do. But keep in mind, if you just write like this one, ये भी चलता है. Okay, so if you know the number in a decimal, and if you do not know how to what is its equivalent hexa, then if you write like this one, to bhi chalega. Move R0, hash 100. But keep in mind, do not write H over here. If you write that H, then this will consider this 100 in hexa. Okay, if you do not write anything, so that will be by default in a decimal. So we just take this as 100, and we just automatically convert it to the hexa, equivalent hexa, and we just move to the R0. Okay, but keep in mind, these are the three things: B, H, and blank. So if I just specifying B means what, the number will be just considered in binary. If I just specify H, so the number will be just considered in hexa. And if I do not specify anything, so it will just consider that number in a decimal. Fine, it will just consider that number in a decimal. Getting it? Okay? So if you do not know that it is equivalent hexa, then you can just keep this number as it is. But keep in mind, do not write H over here. अगर H लिखेंगे तो इसका मतलब change हो जाएगा. ठीक है, so I'm just saying move R0, 100. Then उसके बाद let's suppose I just want to move clockwise, so I'm saying CLK. Fine. So I'm just saying move. Now this is the pattern which I have to move on the port A. So I'll just say move P1, A. ठीक है, move P1 मतलब now this pattern is moved to the port 1. Port 1 means what? It has went to that all the P's. Now keep in mind, here I have just loaded like 0011, 0011. It's not key, I'm just loading only 0011. Here also I'm making it 0011. It's not key, like I'm just loading the pattern like 00000011. Fine. Though we have just connected only last bit of it, the port 1, but I will load the pattern as 0011 0011. Okay, do not load this particular pattern 00000001. तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. अच्छा, प्रॉब्लम क्या होगा? If I load this particular pattern, प्रॉब्लम क्या होगा? If I load like this one 00000011, because we know that we have just connected only 4 lines. Okay, but so because of this, let's suppose if I just move this particular pattern to the A, that's 00000011, what will happen? What will happen? Will it do? Will it rotate the motor? Yes. The question is like, why I'm moving like this one? I'm moving like this one because these are the only 4 lines are connected. These are not. But then also I'm moving 0011 0011. This is जस्टिफाइड किया, मतलब ये पीस में मुझे ऐसे ही चाहिए, that's why 0011, but this piece are not connected ना, then why to give 0011, you can give 0000 also, but ऐसे नहीं देगा, अपन ऐसे ही देंगे, क्यों? Because ultimately we are going to rotate accumulator पूरा 8 बिट का, पूरा 8 बिट का अपन मूव करेंगे, ठीक है? बिकॉज अगर इसको मैंने रोटेट राइट मारा तो ये 1 इधर आ जाएगा, आर यू गेटिंग इट? 1 इधर आ जाएगा, इधर 0001 आ जाएगा, फाइन। नेक्स्ट टाइम once again if I just rotate तो 1 दोनों ही इधर आ जाएंगे, इधर 4 0 आ जाएंगे, एंड अगर इधर 4 0 आ गए तो फिर क्या होगा? ये मोटर बंद हो जाएगा,
Stop.
getting it? ठीक है, because that rotate operation we are performing on accumulator, not only on a 4 bit, समझो, we are just playing on 8 bit, तो ये 8 bit घूमने वाला है, so that's why if I just say 0011 0011, मतलब अपन अगर ये 1 इधर आ गया तो ये 1 इधर शिफ्ट हो जाएगा, समझ में आ रहा है क्या? because at a time मतलब you can see in this one कि at least 2 1 तो होने ही चाहिए लोअर वाले पैटर्न में, समझ में आ रहा है क्या? Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, सो मूव R0, 100 समझा आपको, देन मूव P1, A, सो एक रोटेट मारा, उसके बाद आई जस्ट वांट टू रोटेट द पैटर्न इन A, सो आई जस्ट से दैट RRA फॉर अ क्लॉकवाइज, फाइन, RRA, देन if you want to give a delay you can just call for a delay, if you do not give a delay तो फिर ये मोटर बहुत फास्ट घूमेगा, ठीक है, तो वो फटाक से गर्म हो जाते हैं, ठीक है, तो दैट्स व्हाई इट इज एडवाइजेबल कि मतलब एक रोटेट मारने के बाद थोड़ा सा डिले दे, उसको ठंडा होने दे, और उसके बाद नेक्स्ट वाला रोटेशन मार, ठीक है, so I will just call a call delay, and now you know how to call a delay or how to write a delay का programming that we will do later on, ठीक है, so I am just saying a call delay, उसके बाद simple djnz clock, djnz what, r0, djnz r0, इसको डिक्रीमेंट मार, ठीक है, and once again go to the clock, so likewise it will just move the another pattern, मतलब मैंने वाला से RRA, अब वो pattern move है rotate, ठीक है, now that is a new pattern which is available in accumulator and that will be moved to the port 1, ठीक है, एंड द रोट मतलब ये मोटर कंटिन्यूअसली घूमते जाएगा, कंटिन्यूअस मतलब टिल 180 डिग्री इट कंप्लीट्स, फाइन, एंड उसके बाद इफ यू वांट इमेजेस राइट ऑल, दैट्स इट, सो दैट्स द सिंपल प्रोग्राम to just rotate this particular motor in a clockwise direction, understood?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, so once again let's see what you have done, org रोज का टाइम पास, then I have just moved the pattern, move like 0011 0011, I hope you understood why it is like this one, it's not 0000, it's 0011 0011, फाइन, देन उसके बाद दिस काउंट डिपेंड्स ऑन प्रॉब्लम में क्या दिया, इफ दे आस्क कि रोटेटेड फॉर द 180 डिग्री, तो डिपेंडिंग ऑन दैट आई विल जस्ट टेक अ काउंट, ठीक है, आफ्टर दैट दैट पैटर्न आई विल जस्ट मूव टू द ए पोर्ट 1, सॉरी पोर्ट 1, सो पोर्ट 1 पे मतलब दे विल कम ओवर हियर ऑन दिस पिन एंड मोटर विल रोटेट, ठीक है, afterward I just want to rotate this particular pattern in the accumulator, so I'm saying RRA, so it is rotated in accumulator and that is stored in accumulator only, it is not passed to the A, passed to the port 1, ठीक है, उसके बाद I'm just calling a call delay just for a time pass, so that rotate होने के बाद थोड़ा रुके, मतलब मेरे को समझे कि वो स्टेपर मोटर है करके, ठीक है, उसके बाद I'm doing djnz R0, मतलब R0 को डिक्रीमेंट मारेगा, if it is not 0 it just come again over here clock, so फिर से it will just move the next rotated pattern and likewise it will just keep on rotating in clockwise direction, ठीक है, and if you want to write a delay का program, so we know delay, we can just take any random delay, so let's suppose delay, I will just say move R0 hash, let's suppose 20h, कुछ भी delay दो, कुछ वांदा नहीं है, then move R1 hash, let's suppose 0ffh, I hope now that you understand ये delay का program कैसे, कुछ नहीं, just count ले रहे हो, decrement मार रहे, ठीक है, I'm saying djnz R1 here, ठीक है, then djnz R0 up and this up is over here, ठीक है, and this one is a subroutine, I will just write return at the end, fine, so this is the program to rotate this particular motor in a clockwise direction, understood? Fine,
Yes, sir.
okay, so that's regarding the motor to rotate this in a clockwise direction. Now we have to see one more program at 25 minutes. Fine, I will just make an attempt to complete this one, okay, now the next program is to interface keyboard, next program is to interface a keyboard, okay, I hope you have understood this particular stepper motor, if you want image you can just take a 1 minute, just go through the board whatever I have written and try to understand the program, okay, come on, do it, then we will go for a keyboard interface. I hope this one is clear to you. Now let's see the next one. Next interface, that is a keyboard. Once again, I'm repeating here. I'll be taking only two. That is the stepper motor interfacing on the keyboard, and ADC and the DAC interfacing will be covered in practical. Fine. So that we will just say on a time. Okay. Now let's see the next one. Keyboard interfacing is very important. Acha guys, what do you have after this lecture? What is there in timetable after this one? Yes, guys. Because I don't think कि मतलब ये 25 minutes में खत्म होगा topic. अच्छा, let me check over here. You do have tutorial, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see. I will be taking just 5 or 10 minutes of that. Okay, let's see. Keyboard interfacing. Fine. So how are we going to do this? Now here the keyboard which are going to consider is a 4x4 keyboard. Okay, it's going to be the 4x4. Okay, 4x4 मतलब वो कैसे होता है? Let's see. It's just like this one. Just take a time reference. Yeah, this is like that. ये ऐसा कीबोर्ड रहेगा. ठीक है. I will just draw it over here. In the fashion which is there in our lab. Fine. ये कैसे कुछ नहीं, सिंपल है. एक it's a matrix keyboard 4x4. ठीक है. So we are having 4 rows and 4 column. समझो. ठीक है. And this each row is ended with the register. ठीक है. मैं थोड़ा रफ में डायग्राम निकाल रहा हूँ. Try to understand. And ये सब connected and this is for a VCC. Fine. And wherever that particular row and column intersect, there we are having a pin. एक बटन है और वो पिन है. ठीक है. I hope you have seen that 4x4 मैट्रिक्स का कीबोर्ड. मतलब जैसे अपना टेलीफोन पे रहता है ना, लैंडलाइन पे, वैसा वाला कीपैड. ठीक है. So it's a hex keypad. We are having a 16 pin. So on each intersection we are having a pin. ये सब pins है समझो. I don't have time. फिर मैं ऐसे ड्रॉ करता हूँ. ठीक है. And the pins are like this one. I don't understand. 0, 1, 2, 3. The buttons. Now these are the buttons. ठीक है. On which one we just press that number. So it's a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, because it's a hex keypad. 4x4 hex keypad. A, B, C, D, E, F. Fine. So this is the keypad. Fine. And now for this keypad for interfacing purpose, these pins are available. The 4 rows ka pins are available and 4 column ka pins are available. Okay. So on this particular piece, we have to connect 8051 ka pins. So these are the keypad ka pins, and this is what we have to just connect with the 8051 so that it will work together. And what are the keys placed from this keypad that will be identified by 8051. Getting it? So this is what the structure is. Yeah. Now how do we interface? Let's see. Now this is that row 0, row 1, row 2, and row 3. Fine. So now this is we will be connecting with the port 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. Okay. This pin I'm just going to connect with the 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7. Just consider this one as the interfacing diagram only, but this one is a keyboard, and this is what the port ka pins. So you must see the 8051 ka pins. This is how we have to interface. Fine. Now how it works, I do understand, is very important how it works. It's just like this one. Now what is the function of this particular keyboard is that now whenever key is unpressed, let's see, whenever this particular, because we are having some button over here to press, जैसे telephone पे रहता है. ठीक है. Now whenever the key is unpressed, then what will happen is that whatever there on the vertical axis, whatever there is no vertical axis or vertical line, that will be passed over here. That will be passed over here. समझो अभी मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ. ठीक है. नहीं समझ मतलब ये कौन सा भी पिन प्रेस नहीं है. Then what will happen? This is the VCC which is going to the column, and that will be passed on that column. मतलब you will be getting a VCC. If I just check over here on 1.5, मतलब on this particular pins, you'll be getting a VCC. Okay. But whenever I press a key, so first see the working of this particular keyboard, because before interfacing any device, you must know how that device works. And if that particular thing is, if you know that particular working, then yes, that half of your work is done for the interfacing. Getting it? Okay. So as I what I told, it's just simple. If the key is unpressed, then what will happen is that whatever there on a column means we have connected the VCC, that will pass on that particular piece. Means we'll be getting a 1. समझो, that will be passed on this particular columns. मतलब यहाँ पे जो भी है वही pass होगा. ठीक है. But if particular key is pressed, let's suppose ये मैंने key press किया 2, then what will happen? It will just make the connection of this row with this column. Try to understand. इफ द की इज अनप्रेस्ड तो ये अटैच नहीं रहेंगे, डिटैच रहेंगे. ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. की का प्रेस, मतलब की का काम क्या है? व्हेनेवर आई प्रेस इट इन दिस मेक अ कनेक्शन. Fine. So whenever I press this particular key, what will happen is that now on this particular column, this row ka content will go. Try to understand. If I just press this particular 2, then on this particular column, wherever this particular 2 is connected, okay? So it will just pass this particular row ka content on this particular column. And rest of the columns will be carrying जो भी मतलब ऊपर है, मतलब BCC जो भी रहेगा उसको carry करेंगे. समझ में आ रहा है? How does it work? Once again, I'm there. So whenever I press a key, what will happen is that what is the content of that particular row that will be transferred on the column. And if the key is unpressed, so what is the supply we are given to the column that will be transferred in the column. Right? So this is how it works. Fine. Now by using this particular working principle, by knowing this particular working principle, we have to connect this keyboard with the 8051 and we have to identify which key has been pressed. We have to identify which key has been pressed. ठीक है. अब उसके लिए कैसे करेंगे? लेट्स सी द लॉजिक. इट्स एक्चुअली थोड़ा सा बिग प्रोग्राम, बट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. देखो कैसे करेंगे. व्हाट आई विल बी डूइंग, ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट देन प्लीज आस्क मी. ठीक है. व्हाट आई विल बी डूइंग इज दैट, सो नाउ दिस इज द पोर्ट. ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. अभी मैं क्या करने वाला हूं. ठीक है. आई जस्ट वांट टू नो कि मतलब व्हिच की इज बीन प्रेस्ड बाय द यूजर. ठीक है. तो कैसे करते हैं समझो. अभी लेट्स सपोज ये 6 वाला की प्रेस है, ये 6 वाला की प्रेस है एंड आई जस्ट वांट टू आइडेंटिफाई कि मतलब ये 6 वाला की प्रेस है करके. Fine. तो कैसे करते देखो, प्रोग्राम कैसे करते. Program is just like we have to just keep on scanning this particular row continuously. We have to just keep on scanning this particular row continuously. मतलब इसमें से इस रो में से बटन प्रेस हुआ क्या, इसमें से हुआ क्या, इसमें से हुआ क्या, इसमें से हुआ क्या. ठीक है. Because we do not know which key that user is going to press. It may be from the any row. So we have to just keep on scanning all the rows. ठीक है. Here I have taken example for the 6, but it may be any key. So that's why we have to just keep on scanning that all the rows. So how do we scan? Let's see कैसे करते हैं. Let's see. Now initially try to understand what I am doing. Okay, initially on this particular 1.0, 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3 I will just pass like this one. Here I will pass the value means on this particular 8051 ka pins I will pass the value like 0. So 0 is passed over here, 0. Okay, and all the pins I will just make it 1. समझो. Try to understand. Okay, this is what is done. Try to understand. Okay, now the key which is pressed is the 6 one. समझो, the key which is pressed is the 6 one. मतलब ये key press किया. Fine. So now let's suppose if this is particular the pattern which I have sent to on the pin, on the ports का pin 1.0 मैंने 0 किया and बाकी सब pins 1 है. ठीक है. And अगर let's suppose 6 pin press है, then what you will get on this particular pin? If you read this piece again, the 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, if you just read this pin again after pressing this 6, what you will get over here? ये pins पे क्या मिलेगा? 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7. As I told, if the key is pressed, then whatever there on the row that will be transferred on that particular column. बोलो क्या मिलेगा? If the 6 number key is pressed, so 1.4, 1.5, 1.6 पे. This was the value which I have given earlier. And after key press करने के बाद क्या मिलेगा? What do you think? What you will get on this particular 1.4, 1.5, 1.6 and 1.7? If I just read these pins, what you will get? What you will get? Come on fast. अच्छा, let's see. Is any key pressed from this particular column? कौन सा भी प्रेस हुआ है क्या? Yes or no बोलो फटाफट.
No.
No means what? On this column what you will be getting?
1.
VCC ना. So VCC means what? 1. So here I will be getting 1 only. Try to understand. काम कैसे करते हैं समझो. एक बार ये फंडा समझ गया तो फिर आगे सिंपल है. ठीक है. अच्छा, is there any key pressed from this particular column?
No, sir.
No, ये भी नहीं. तो यहाँ पे भी क्या मिलेगा? 1. ठीक है. Now here is there any key pressed from this particular column? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now the key is pressed. Okay, but the thing is that if I press a key, what will happen? It will pass the content of row on a column, na? It will pass the content of row on a column. समझो. ठीक है. मतलब अभी होगा क्या? Now it will just pass 1 only. It will just pass because ये row पे क्या मैंने सेट किया 1 and it will pass 1 only. समझो. ठीक है. And here once again here nothing has been pressed, so here also will be getting a 1. मतलब 1 1 1 1 ही आएगा. Okay, so if it is the 1 1 what we can conclude is that now that key is not from this particular row. मतलब ये 0 1 2 3 में से नहीं है. समझो. यूजर ने की प्रेस किया. समझो. Whenever the user will press a key and उसको फिर से रिलीज करेगा, at least it will take some second, some millisecond at least, some 10 millisecond 20 millisecond कुछ तो मतलब प्रेस करने को लेगा वो. ठीक है. And this program going to run in a nanosecond or a microsecond. ठीक है. तो मतलब ये चारों स्कैन कर लेगा वो. डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट. ठीक है. तो अभी क्या हुआ, मैंने 1.00 किया टू चेक मतलब ये पर्टिकुलर रो में से कौन सा प्रेस है कि नहीं. फाइन. बट On the column we are getting 111 means what? There is nothing has been pressed from this particular row. Now next time what I will do is that let's see. And next one once again 6 number की प्रेस ही है. Try to understand ये माइक्रो कंट्रोल फटाफट एग्जीक्यूट करने वाला है. 6 नंबर की मुझे मैन्युअली प्रेस करना है. ठीक है. So I will take some time to press a key. And उसको फिर से छोड़ने के लिए. So it will take around some in millisecond, 20 millisecond, 30 millisecond कुछ तो रहेगा. Otherwise it may be a second also. ठीक है. And micro controller execute the program in microsecond. तो ये फटाफट चारों के चारों स्कैन कर लेगा. Don't worry about that. Fine. So now let's see. Now next what I will do is that I will just change the pattern. समझो अभी मैं क्या. ठीक है. So first मतलब I just understood कि इनमें से एक भी की नहीं है. Because I want to find out कौन सा की है करके. Now I have just confirmed कि 0 1 2 3 में से कौन सा भी की नहीं. ठीक है. Next what I will do? Next now I will do another मतलब next one as a 0. समझो. अब इसको मैं 1 करूंगा and next I will just make next row as a 0. Okay, now what will happen? Once again, nothing has been pressed from this particular column, so here I will be getting a 1. And from this particular column also, yes, none of the key is pressed, so here also I will be getting a 1. Now here the 6 number key is pressed, means what? Now it will just pass that row ka content on a column. Are you getting it? Okay, and now what is the row ka content?
0.
0. Now here I will be getting a 0. समझो ये कैसे है मतलब दिमाग मतलब देखो लॉजिक कैसे लगाने के. How to use this particular working principle to find out the key. ठीक है. Now this I will be pressing a 0. Fine. And उसके बाद nothing has been pressed from here, so once again I will be getting a 1. Fine. Now I will just check this particular pattern. If you have any 0, if you have any 0 over here, means what? Now this is the row from which key has been pressed. ठीक है. If you get मतलब any one of the number is 0 means what? This is the row from which that key has been pressed. मतलब इतना पक्का है कि मतलब that key will be the 4 5 6 or 7. This key will be the 4 5 6 or 7. This is from this particular row. Understood? ठीक है. This is from this particular row. ठीक है. But afterward how to know मतलब out of these 4 keys कौन सा key press है? How to know which key is pressed out of this 4 5 6 7? It depends on वो 0 किधर पे. It depends on वो 0 किधर पे. ठीक है. Because that is confirmed it is pressed on this row number 1. ये वाला row से is row 0 row 1 row 2 row 3 5 6. So this is from this particular row. ठीक है. Now on this row we are having 4 pins that 4 buttons that 4 5 6 7. Fine. So how to know that which key has been pressed? So for that I will just check that 0 किधर है. हाँ यहाँ पे. तो फिर ये वाला key press हुआ तो 6 key press हुआ. समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes.
Understood? पक्का?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Now let's see the program. अभी प्रोग्राम थोड़ा सा मैं घाई में बताऊंगा. Let's see. I will just open in a notepad only. This is the program. अब ये दिखने के लिए बहुत बड़ा है, but it's very easy. The same thing we are just repeating again and again, nothing else. Let's see. अभी समझो. Try to understand. अभी ये प्रोग्राम इसके साथ रिलेट करना. तो जूम नहीं करना. Let's see. मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ समझो. So this is what our actual इसका प्रोग्राम है. क्या बोलते हैं लैब का प्रोग्राम मतलब if I just do that interfacing in our lab ठीक है तो उसका प्रोग्राम है. Fine. Yeah. So what I'm doing org00 ठीक है. First of all I'm saying move p1 0 feh. ठीक है. 0 feh क्यों? 0 fe means what? Fe means what? अरे इधर लिखने को नहीं आएगा. Fe means what? It's just like this one no. 1 1 1 1 1 that is a f and 1 1 1 0 that is a fe. ठीक है. Means what? We are just making p 1.0 as a 0 and rest of the pins as a 1. That is what we have done starting में. Getting it? This was the 0 and rest of the pins was 1. ठीक है. So that is what is done. मतलब we will check the row continuously. सब कंटिन्यू मतलब पहले ये रो स्कैन कर बाद में ये स्कैन कर बाद में ये स्कैन कर बाद में ये स्कैन कर. This is what you have to do continuously. ठीक है. So that is what I am doing. So first of all I'm just making that move p1 0 feh. I hope you understood this feqi. ठीक है. Then what I'm doing is that अभी जो भी पोर्ट का कंटेंट है मतलब एफई मैंने सेंड किया यूजर ने कुछ की प्रेस किया नहीं किया बाद में रखिए मतलब लेट्स सपोज 6 नंबर की प्रेस किया. ठीक है. यहाँ पे मैंने 0 सेंड किया बाकी सब 1 है. ठीक है. नाउ आई विल जस्ट टेक दैट पोर्ट का कंटेंट इनटू द ए एक्यूमुलेटर में मैं लूंगा. यहाँ पे मैंने अभी 0 सेंड किया यहाँ पे 1 है. फाइन. एंड दिस इज व्हाट द कंटेंट मतलब मैंने पहले 0 1 1 1 वैसे सेंड किया उसके बाद ये यूजर ने कुछ की प्रेस किए. Fine. So key press किया क्या मतलब now this column now this will have some pattern मतलब this will have some value to read. ठीक है. So यहाँ पे as the 6 number key is pressed once again here will be having a 1 1 1 1 only. 1 1 1 1 only. ठीक है. So what I'm doing is that now I'm just checking what are the P1 पे available और जो port 1 के piece पे जो भी data available है that I'm just copying into the A. Means what? अभी accumulator में भी copy क्या होगा समझो. दिस इज द थिंग, मतलब दिस इज द थिंग व्हिच विल गेट कॉपी. सो एक्यूमुलेटर में क्या होगा, 0 1 1 1, दिस इज व्हाट द लोअर बिट, मतलब 1.0 1.1 1.2 1.3 एंड 1 1 1 1. ठीक है, ये कॉपी हो जाएगा. ठीक है, समझिए यहाँ पे ये एनएसबी और ये एमएसबी. Right? Otherwise, if I just make it reverse, मतलब MSB to LSB, so it is going to be 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 0. ठीक है, but we are interested in this particular bit, this MSB का bit 1.7 to 1.1. We are interested in this one. Why? Because these are the bits which will tell me कि मतलब की प्रेस ये नहीं, इससे मेरे को फर्क नहीं पड़ता. अगर इसमें 0 रहेगा तो it doesn't say कि मतलब it doesn't mean कि की प्रेस है करके. Fine. अगर इसमें 0 है तो it means कि yes key is pressed. Fine. So what I'm doing is that try to understand. So now this is what which is actually available on the port का base. So I'm just copying it to the accumulator. ठीक है, तो ये जो पोर्ट के पिंस पे जो भी वैल्यू था, आई एम सेइंग मूव a, p1. तो p1 का जो भी वैल्यू रहेगा p1 के पिंस पे, दैट विल गेट कॉपीड टू द a. ठीक है, नाउ आई एम जस्ट इंटरेस्टेड इन ये अपर वाला पार्ट, ये रोल वाला पार्ट मुझे नहीं चाहिए. समझो समझो, अपर वाला पार्ट मुझे चाहिए, लोअर वाला पार्ट नहीं चाहिए. बिकॉज दिस इज व्हाट ये रो को जीरो करने के लिए, दिस इज व्हाट द कॉलम का रिस्पांस है, दिस इज व्हाट आई एम इंटरेस्टेड इन. सो व्हाट आई विल डू इज दैट, नाउ दिस इज व्हाट आई हैव गॉट 1 1 1 1 1 1 0. I'm interested in this part. So what I will do is that अभी ये a का value, this is what I have just copied in the a. ठीक है, and I just want this particular part और इसको मुझे निकाल देना है. So I will just mask with or I will just add with 1 1 1 1 0 0 0 0. So I will just add with the f0. समझो, I will just add with the f0. ठीक है, so if I just add with the f0 होगा क्या, अभी ये सब 0 बन जाएगा because we are just adding with the 0 and it will just copy what is that content over here, we just copy as it is over here. समझो, it will just copy to the accumulator. ठीक है, सो एक्यूमुलेटर में फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल व्हाट वी आर हैविंग, मतलब व्हेन आई से मूव a, p1 तो पोर्ट 1 का कंटेंट आएगा. उसके बाद आई नो मुझे ये लास्ट वाले 4 बिट नहीं चाहिए, अपर वाले 4 बिट ही चाहिए. सो आई एम जस्ट डूइंग द मास्किंग. मास्किंग मतलब क्या, आई एम जस्ट एडिंग विद द f0 सो दैट ये लोअर वाला बिट 0 हो जाएगा, मतलब इसको मैं डिस्कार्ड कर देगा. ठीक है, आई विल जस्ट कंसीडर ऑन दैट अपर वाला बिट. ठीक है, तो इफ आई जस्ट एड विद द f0 मतलब 1 1 1 1 0 0 0, सो ये जो भी बिट्स रहेगा आइदर इज कॉपी होंगे एंड दैट अ न्यू आंसर विल गेट स्टोर्ड इन द एक्यूमुलेटर. ठीक है, एंड फ्रॉम द एक्यूमुलेटर आई विल बी चेकिंग ये 4 बिट, अब ये 4 बिट में चेक करेगा. ठीक है, now that accumulator is a bit addressable, so I'm checking. let's see मैं कैसे कर रहा हूँ. ठीक है, so I'm just saying, so move p1 f हो गया, then move a p1 मतलब p1 का जो भी कंटेंट था मैंने a में लाया. ठीक है, then I have just added that and logic a and a. I just added that a का pattern और a का content जो भी है, I just added with the 0 f0. now this 0 is for what, try to understand. actually the value is of f0 because ये f is starting with an alphabet, 10 में मैंने 0 लिखा है, but actually we are going to end with the f0. समझो, अब उससे क्या हुआ कि अपर वाला 4 बिट अभी एक्यूमुलेटर में और लोअर वाला 4 बिट मैंने 0 कर दिया. ठीक है, नाउ वी वांट टू चेक दिस वन. अभी ये मुझे चेक करना है, ये मुझे चेक करना है, ये मुझे चेक करना है. ठीक है, सो अभी नाउ दिस इज व्हाट p1 पॉइंट, सॉरी दिस एक्यूमुलेटर 0.7, इस एक्यूमुलेटर 0.6, एक्यूमुलेटर 0.5, एक्यूमुलेटर 0.4, फोर्थ वाला बिट एक्यूमुलेटर का. ठीक है, वी वांट टू चेक इट. अगर इसमें से कौन सा भी 0 रहेगा तो फिर कंटिन्यू कौन सा तो मतलब पर्टिकुलर पिन प्रेस रहेगा. ठीक है, नाउ वी आर जस्ट चेकिंग फॉर द रो नंबर 0. फाइन, अब ये क्या बोलेगा, अगर लेट्स सी अगर एक्यूम मतलब नाउ दिस इज द पैटर्न व्हिच इज लोडेड इन द एक्यूमुलेटर, ये एक्यूमुलेटर में लोडेड है. ठीक है, मतलब ये अभी 1.7 मतलब व्हाट अभी एक्यूमुलेटर 0.7 में गया, एक्यूमुलेटर 0.6 में गया, एक्यूमुलेटर 0.5 पे गया, एक्यूमुलेटर 0.4 पे गया. ठीक है, नाउ अभी चेक, अरे ये क्या हुआ, डायग्राम मुझे चाहिए यार. थैंक गॉड. या सो नाउ 111 इज पास ऑन दिस वन. ठीक है, सो आई जस्ट कीप ऑन चेकिंग दैट ईच एंड एवरी बिट ऑफ एक्यूमुलेटर. ठीक है, नाउ इफ द की इज प्रेस्ड दैट इज गोइंग टू बी द 0. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई एम सेइंग दैट जे एंड बी जंप इफ नो बिट. अगर नो बिट है मतलब अगर वो 0 है तो वो पर्टिकुलर की प्रेस्ड है. ठीक है, सो नाउ दिस 1.0 इज फॉर व्हाट, पिन नंबर 0 ना. ठीक है, मतलब नाउ आई जस्ट कंसीडर द रो नंबर 0 फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल. ठीक है, एंड इफ आई जस्ट कंसीडर दिस, मतलब अगर 1.4 अगर 0 रहेगा तो फिर कौन सा पिन प्रेस रहेगा, 0. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई एम सेइंग जे एंड बी जंप इफ नो बिट. और वो बिट नो बिट है, मतलब अगर वो बिट 0 है देन व्हाट, इट इज व्हाट कंफर्म कि वो 0 नंबर की प्रेस है. ठीक है, so that is what is written, jump if no bit, which one, p1.4 मतलब what is copied into the accumulator का 4th bit. So I'm just saying jnb accumulator 0.4, so this is the bit we have to check. अगर वो 0 है तो की 0 प्रेस है. So it will just jump to this particular one where I will just write a program to display कि 0 की प्रेस है करके. Fine, so key 0 press means what, we just go to the subroutine, it will just display की 0 प्रेस है करके. Fine, अगर ये 0 है तो फिर what, 1 press हुआ रहेगा. So I'm just writing JNB accumulator 0.5 then key 1 press, and likewise I'm writing JNB accumulator 0.6 and 7, 6 number press and 7 number press. Sorry, ये 0 1 2 3 होना चाहिए. Sorry, हाँ या 0 1 2 3 press. समझ में आ रहा है मैंने प्रोग्राम क्या किया है? Are you getting it? I'm just checking the accumulator का बिट, मतलब कौन सा वाला बिट 0 है, nothing else. It's very simple. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
थोड़ा बहुत आइडिया आया, ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड बिकॉज़ मुझे 215 20 तक खत्म करना है. फाइन. सो दिस इज व्हाट वी आर चेकिंग द एक्यूमुलेटर का कौन सा बिट 0 है एंड डिपेंडिंग ऑन दैट वी जस्ट से कि ये वाला की प्लेस है. Fine. So this is what we have done for a row 0 and likewise you have to repeat it for the row 1, row 2 and row 3. ठीक है. अब row 2 के लिए कैसे करेंगे? Just like this one. For a row 2 I just want to pass 1 over here. For row 2 I just want to pass 1 over here. यहाँ पे 0, यहाँ पे 1, यहाँ पे 1, rest of the things are 1. ठीक है. So the pattern will be 1 1 1 1 1 1 0 1. ठीक है. So if I just say this one, so this is going to be the F and this is going to be the D. 1 1 0 is going to be D. Means what? For the port 1 you have to pass the next for next row. This particular we have to pass a pattern as FD. So that is what is written. ठीक है. तो अभी ये वाला पार्ट इधर से लेके मतलब यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक पार्ट from this move up to this one is going to be repeated 4 times. Same repeat करना है, just थोड़ा value change करना है. Fine. So let's say अभी करना क्या है? So it's just like move P1, FE था. Now I just say move P1, FD. Now this is what the pattern I have got. Why? Because I just want to make that second वाला row से वो मैंने zero किया. Fine. So this was the pattern. I just moved to the A, P1 and likewise then from the P1 I will just take a reading into the A. मतलब कौन सा की अगर प्रेस रहेगा तो उसका मैं रीडिंग A में लूँ. ठीक है. Once again A में से I will just discard the lower वाला part, so that's why I will just add that A with the FC. ठीक है. उसके बाद now once again I will check the accumulator का accumulator 0.4, accumulator 0.5, accumulator 0.6 and accumulator 0.7. But now here the pins will be the buttons will be different. Why? Because now I'm checking for the row 1. So row 1 में buttons कौन सा 4 5 6 7. So here I will write key 4, key 5, key 6, key 7. समझ में आ रहा है? Understood?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Now the same pattern, same this particular block, we are just going to repeat. Just यहाँ पे change होगा P1 में जो भी value मूव करेगा, बाकी कुछ नहीं. ठीक है. Now next क्या रहेगा? Now we want to make the third वाला row as a 0. So I'll be moving 1. We have to pass 1. यार ये लिखना यार. We have to pass 1. 1 1 0 1 1 1 1 1. ठीक है. But if I just write from the MSB to LSB, it's going to be 1 1 1 1. Then 1 0 1 1 and the 1 0 1 1 is what B. Okay, so this is what I'm moving next. Something. This is what I'm moving next. Then move P1, FB, and then once again the same procedure, but now it is for the third row. The pins will be now then 8 9 AB, and likewise for the fourth row. C D E F. Understood इधर तक प्रोग्राम दिखने के लिए बड़ा है बट कुछ नहीं है उसमें, दम नहीं है. एक बार एक ब्लॉक समझा वही रिपीट करना है, जस्ट थोड़ा बहुत चेंज करना, बाकी कुछ नहीं करना. अंडरस्टूड यहाँ तक टू दिस टाइम. ठीक है. अभी उसके बाद देखो क्या करना है. उसके बाद क्या करना है, जैसे एलजीएम स्कैन अगर कौन सा भी की प्रेस नहीं है तो फिर से चेक करने के लिए स्कैन मतलब यहाँ पे आएगा, तो वो कंटिन्यूअस चेक करते रहेगा बिकॉज़ वी वांट टू डू इट कंटिन्यूअसली. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई हैव रिटन द एलजीएम स्कैन. फाइन. नाउ व्हाट टू राइट इन दैट कीज रो प्रेस की1 बिकॉज़ दिस विल जस्ट गो टू दिस पर्टिकुलर लेवल ना. वो जंप इफ नो बिट इट विल गो टू दिस लेवल. अब ये लेवल पे लिखना क्या है कि दैट डिपेंड्स ऑन तेरा डिस्प्ले डिवाइस कौन सा है. डिपेंड ऑन डिस्प्ले डिवाइस कौन सा. ठीक है. सो वी विल अज्यूम कि डिस्प्ले पे वी आर हैविंग 8 LEDs, 8 LED लगा है. ठीक है. एंड उसके ऊपर मुझे सेंड करेंगे कौन सा डिवाइस कौन सा नंबर प्रेस हुआ है. सो व्हाट आई विल डू इज दैट अभी की 0 प्रेस में देखो क्या लिखना है. वही सब की 0 से लेके F तक मुझे रिपीट करने हैं. ठीक है. सो नाउ दिस की 0 प्रेस, अभी ये सब रूटीन इसमें क्या लिखा है कुछ नहीं. सो आई एम जस्ट सेइंग मूव P3, 00. नाउ लेट्स सपोज जो भी की प्रेस की है दैट इज वी आर जस्ट डिस्प्लेइंग ऑन द पोर्ट नंबर 3. पोर्ट नंबर 3 पे डिस्प्ले करना है. ठीक है. पोर्ट नंबर 3 पे डिस्प्ले कर रहे हैं. सो आई एम जस्ट सेइंग मूव P3, 00. अगर 0 की प्रेस से 00 मूव करेंगे. ठीक है. अगर या 00 मूव करेंगे एंड उसके बाद आई जस्ट सेड एलजेम स्कैन बिकॉज़ वी वांट टू गो फॉर द नेक्स्ट पिन. मतलब कौन सा अगर नेक्स्ट बटन अगर प्रेस किया रहेगा उसके लिए देखना है. ठीक है. सो की 0 प्रेस में सब रूटीन में क्या लिखेंगे मूव. या इट्स जस्ट लाइक आई एम फुल मेकिंग इट फुल स्क्रीन, जरूरत नहीं है. या move P3, 00 and then LGM scan because we are just going to scan again अगर यूजर ने दूसरा कुछ प्रेस किया तो. ठीक है. Likewise we have to write for the all the pins मतलब key 0, key 1, key 2, key 3, key 4 up to the key F. ठीक है. let's see key 1 प्रेस के लिए क्या कुछ नहीं, key 1 is press move P3, 01. ठीक है. then LGM scan once again ये सब मतलब this is what this is just ये क्या बोलते हैं कमेंट है. if key 1 is press वो इधर आ गया है, वो कमेंट ही है. is not the part of the program, this comment है. ठीक है. likewise if the key 2 is pressed, so I will just say कि move P3, 02. that's it. and उसके बाद exam scan and likewise you have to just do it for all the keys. that's it. fine. so this is what the same program you have to repeat it up to the F because our keys are ranging from 0 to F. ठीक है. so 0 to F के लिए and once again last में LGM scan फिर से scan करना. ठीक है. so that's it. that's how that keyboard will work. fine. so this is the program to interface keyboard with 8051. Now, what I will suggest is that now you just go to the lab recording videos which I shared with you, and in that just check for that video. Then you will understand these things better way. Okay, so I will just send this particular program in a chat box so that you can refer it later on, and I will just send this particular PDF also. Attachment किधर है यार? Sorry. I hope you understood the program is actually very simple. Nothing great in